Alright, we're here with Kroxa in Kunoros. It is a 6-mana 6/6 in Mardu colors, Vigilance, Menace, Lifelink. When it enters the battlefield or attacks, you may exile 5 cards from your graveyard, and when you do, you return a creature from your graveyard to the battlefield. So, you reanimate things in the same fashion Kroxa gets reanimated, so escape 5, except there's no mana cost, right? It's pretty easy to fill your graveyard with stuff to do this. It's just the matter of getting a big spicy card in your graveyard that isn't simply your commander to make it all worthwhile. Also, this is not obviously a fleshed out deck yet. As you can see, there are no lands in it. I'm going to just build the deck as I record. I don't do this too often, but I don't know, I'm in the mood to do it, I guess. So I'm just going to do it. Alright, so what do we want to do? We want big creatures, right? We want big creatures, so we just do that. Let's do the 7s and 6s. Those are usually the best USDs, right? Can't forget about your 6s. And I think I put the creature filter on. I don't like O'Hare, blah, blah, blah. Elishnorn is pretty good. Remcloak Giant is alright, I guess. Oh man, it's like Christmas every time I'm reading cards that I've never like used before, but it's like a big dumb flyer. This is alright, why not? Let's throw it in. I've never played it before. Avacyn's obviously stupid. I actually even like Satalpa here. What else? What else? Got some spicy demons. I like this one too. Wah, wah, wah. Perfurper Crocodile. It's the weird version of what's it called? Oh, Brownie with the resub. Thank you. Welcome back to whatever it is I do. Stick around. Massacre Worm is alright too, right? These aren't bad, but they're not the best. Put them in the back of our head. I like the removal on this, but like, meh. I'd rather just run Ravenous Chupacabra so it's like castable if it's in hand or something, right? You're gonna get a similar effect anyways. Another D21 is decent. I don't see why not. I like all the D21s. Crystal Brand is stupid. Can't imagine too many of the red ones are ideal. I do kind of like Hellraiser, but it does exile like my own stuff, and that could be annoying. It's also triple red, so it's hard to cast from hand if it ever comes down to it. So I don't think I like this that much. Atali has to attack, right? Yeah, it just attacks. I don't hate it. Inferno Titan's pretty nice. I like Inferno Titan. I don't think I like Grave Titan, unfortunately. I like Drakuseth, but I've never gotten this dude to, like, swing. But if it does, it's pretty good. Can't say I hate it. Can't say I hate it. I don't know about Aurelia. It's, like, just 6 damage, and it's like, I don't know. It can be alright. You can get a second trigger here, but it's kind of hard to do that. This is instant and sorceries only, right? Yeah, that's not too great. Rakdos can blow up my own stuff. I don't really like that. Obviously want you. You can recur Platinum Angel more than once. That's the reason I like it. Maybe this is enough. How many do we have? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. We have 11 serious hits. Slightly over 10% of the deck, so slightly 1 in every 6.5 cards is an expected good one. I think Emrakul as a 13/13 flyer is nice. It's not like I have to cast it. Does this cast or just reanimate? It just reanimates, no cast trigger. Not that Emrakul's cast trigger is even all that ideal anyways. Surely I can get like 1, maybe 2 in here. 2 more. We can also get back to this portion and start looking at other things. Alright, so how do we discard from hand? Well, we have black cards to do that, and we have red cards that draw discard. So let's start with draw discard. Okay. I kind of like Necropotence just as a card, but again, if I ever get to the draw discard portion, I can't actually get any reanimate value that way. It's not ideal. Rankle does make you discard. It's choice discard. It's symmetrical. Sacking a creature isn't as bad too. Can feel future Kroxa stuff. I think Rankle actually makes the spot. Faithless Looting is obviously really good. Cathartic Reunion, probably good. Bid Reunion for sure. This one discards 2, though. It's kind of, eh. I don't think we like Neonate. Neonate does add 2 cards to the graveyard, because it does die itself. It also does a pretty good job at blocking Ragavan. Oh, Ragavan. Oh, right, we have to put Ragavan in here. Yeah, there's really no way to not do that. Okay. This is a discard too, right? Yeah, the Valakut Awakening version of this, like the land version, puts them to the bottom, but this one actually just straight discards them, so... we want this, right? Let me just make sure. Yeah, that's what it does. Juggle the Performance? What is that? Performance Juggler? I don't know what Juggle the Performance is. Oh, is that the wheel thing that someone hit me with yesterday? Is that the weird black-red wheel? Guess we like all of the treasure ones, too? Yeah, alright, the treasure cards are nice. Right? Yeah, because they give us mana, and they come out before turn 6, where, like, we're trying to get to actually casting this to literally do anything. Seasoned Pyromancer is a really, really good card for this deck, too. I'm surprised I've never owned it. I own 4 of these in paper. They're foil, too, because I'm down bad. Alright, you know what? I'm taking them. We're burning the Mythic. We're burning the Mythic wild card as my dirty free-to-play life. The 3-minute sorcery discards your hand, gets 7 for your opponent. Yeah, we got hit by that yesterday. The first time I ever saw that card in my life was yesterday. And both times I wheeled, both wheels that they cast, because they cast it twice, I got 7 lands. I had 7 lands in my hand both times they cast it. And I still won. Very weird game. Okay, yeah, we want the treasure cards, I think. They are 4 mana, it's kind of sketchy. Especially if we probably want rocks in this deck. And that's just a huge chunk of your deck already dedicated to that. Which is not ideal, but it is what it is. I like this card, but I don't know how much I like it. It's kind of like Cathartic Reunion. I mean, it's quite literally the same thing. It's just harder to cast slightly. I mean, I guess you get 2 life, but want the Celestius. Probably this. I mean, this would make sense, but like I also don't like this card in a symmetrical way. Like giving your opponent a loot is something I'm not too big on doing. And this is a 3-color deck, so I don't know if I want that yet. Okay, any more draw, discard. It's not too much in the game anyways. But... Alright, fine, we'll take Pyre. Alright, now we move on to discard. So I probably want Thoughtseize, Inquisition. I don't know if I want Duress. Usually, I used to be really off of Inquisition, and now that the format is a lot cheaper, everything's a lot more cost-effective than it was like a year ago. I think I like Inquisition again. Especially on the play against things like Ragavan's everywhere. Llanowar Elves is everywhere. If you're on the play, this can be useful. We want Ragavan, speaking of that. We want, probably want Push. Probably want Dark Ritual. Under whatever connections. It's underground or black market. Probably Arena. Probably. Phyrexian Arena. I think. Maybe, sort of. Do I? I don't know. You know, maybe I don't. Maybe I don't. I don't even know if I want Bowmasters. This card is just not nearly as good now that it's not the same. The first one they draw. Yeah, okay. Just making sure this is the nerfed one. Yeah, it is. This format has the dumb one. Alright, obviously want the One Ring. Maybe some more removal. Some room for that kind of stuff. Obviously want the land, so boom, boom. I don't think I want these. Boom, boom. Yeah, I don't know if I want the fast lands. Probably not. We'll see. I guess we want Mount Doom. I think I've acted... Wait, how do you... Hold on, I have to read this, because I remember last time I got screwed up. Only as a sorcery... Yeah, you have to sacrifice a legendary artifact. That's right. That's why I got confused. There's not too many of that in the game. I mean, you can stack the One Ring, which is, I mean, obviously the entire point of the card, but I don't think I want Mount Doom, actually. I don't know if I need it. We do have fetch lands, though. Phyrexian Scrapyard, that discards any card, right? Yeah, we can put that one in here. I guess I want the... Wait, not this, not that one. That, but better. The Surveil ones, because I forgot we do have access to fetch lands. So we probably do want the Surveil lands. I don't know if I own all three. I probably don't. I own 2 of them. Do I want to craft this? Oh, why not? It's like pretty universal. Again, because of the fetch lands. Common, rare, mythic. Yep, fetch land. 3-color decks are super nice with their fetch lands as well. Fable Passage. I do like Fable Passage, must admit. I don't own it? Ha! I don't own it. Discard a card, get a Phyrexian Scrapyard. Conjure a card, name this onto the battlefield. Fine. I'll allow it. Where's Mana Confluence? I forgot about that one. Okay, that should be fine for the lands for now. So we want rocks, we want maybe more removal, we want swords. That's not how you spell sword. Probably want reprieve. We could run a bunch of board wipes too. I don't know if I like that. Yeah, I don't think I like that. This is a deck that would like 3 mana rocks too. Maybe even the 4 ones. This is just a draw, not a discard. And I think we'll try without it. I guess we could... It's like, it's only creatures, right? Yeah. We could maybe run our own reanimate spells as well. I could run Scam as well. Could run the Scam. It usually Overwhelming Splendor is actually pretty good. I've never been unimpressed with this. Every time I have it, I'm like, nice. I think we're gonna have the Scam package. We're gonna have the Scam package. We're gonna have Teferi's Protection, maybe. I don't know about Giver of Runes. Is this like that kind of deck? Kroxa just simply resolving does get the trigger itself, right? So maybe I don't really care to try to keep it around. The ETB is pretty effective. I think we can probably afford to run it anyways. It's still just fine. Yeah, we'll run Protection. We want probably more removal and more tutors, namely the where are you? Lamia puts a, target into the graveyard. This is also a reanimate alongside a tutor, alongside a discard spell. This is just all 3 things we're trying to do. Where's the 5-mana one? Yeah, Final Parting. Put a card in my hand and relevant creature to the graveyard. What the heck is this? Reveals their hand. Oh, it's in the title. I'm like, why does it have the word search in it? It doesn't. A 2-minute card with the word search that I haven't seen before? It's actually in the title of the card, so never mind. I think we can actually run... Yeah, Mardu can run all of the fetch lands. That's funny. All of the current ones in the game. Okay, we got 8 slots left. I kind of want more removal. We also maybe want some mill. Kind of forgot about that. Which is mostly black. It just never feels great playing cards like this. But it is parked removal. It does have death touch. It's very annoying. It's surprisingly annoying to, like, if your opponent's playing Aragon or whatever. Aragorn. However you pronounce that. That 4-mana shotgun commander. Just like, this sits there and they have to kill it before they swing with their commander. They might not want to. I do like the Liliana Last Hope clock. It also kills mana dorks and stuff. It's not terrible. It's not great. It also somewhat mills. I mean, it kind of plays into the thing, right? Same with Liliana. The other Liliana. The one I normally not too big on. I guess that's free. Oh, does this mill? It only mills if your opponent says nah. That's right. Which they usually don't, but I guess it... Wait, it only mills if they say yeah. Okay, Shieldred's good too. Alright, now I feel pretty good about our reanimate targets. I got another one that I like. I'm not running the other lands that do the thing. This one and the red one. Might as well. It's not that bad to just run these. I've never channeled this card in my life, but it feels free, I guess. Feels free enough, at least. I don't like Castle Ardenvale. Making 1/1s doesn't feel particularly strong. It does learn... How does learn read? How does learn read? Is it draw, discard, or is it discard a card to draw? It does actually say that. So, are there any good learn cards? I don't really think there are. I guess there's the 2 main ones. This one has to die to do it, and this one does it when it enters. I don't hate these. They are draw, discard, and they're also creatures, so they'll, like, when they go to the graveyard, they count. But, I mean, in that regard, so would a spell anyways. Yeah, there's Surveil, too. There's not much Surveil. It's, what is it, just black? Right? Because I'm not blue. Oop, that's not how you spell Surveil. Yeah, it's, like, basically all black. Doom Whisper is actually pretty funny. Every time it's good, it's really good. This might be a deck for it. It just, like, you pay life, and you can just trigger Kroxa whenever you want, so long as you have something relevant going on in your graveyard. We can run Ultimatum. I love this card. Oh, I love this card. Why not? You know what? It's been a while since... The last time I cast Ruinous Ultimatum was actually in Golos. On paper, before I got banned. Oh, right. Esper Sentinel's probably pretty good. Alright, one more spot. I think I want a removal spell. I probably might end up wanting more than just 1, too, so I might have to take certain things out as we go. Wait, no. If I was going to do that, I'll just run a Braid. Braid does just more, kind of, usually, sort of, in a way, possibly. Possibrew? Desu? Okay. I hosed myself. Alright, so I would like to play this turn 1. I think that's hilarious, especially given the fact that my opponent's playing what they're playing. So, we're all in. I want to do this. You can't stop me. Worn Power Stone probably made a lot more sense, but you know what? I didn't do it. I also put this on black, so I don't even have red now. So, probably made a lot of sense to play the Worn Power Stone. I will not lie. Especially if this doesn't end up working out anyways. Alright, so land, surveil, anything relevant? Kind of. But, we'll just mill it. I have a play next turn, and we'll see which one's just better. My opponent's commander's pretty good, though. I choose what to exile? Alright, don't care about that. Yeah, the first sliver's pretty, reasonable, all things considered at this point. Alright, so you and you. Now my opponent's scared of my commander next turn, which is nice. If they mill me with Garuda and don't hit anything spicy that's even costed, I can reanimate it myself. They had Otawara that could have bounced Liliana, and they chose to play it as a land. I assume that's a good thing. so let's do this. My opponent doesn't have Wash Away up, and they have to either deal with Kroxa or Liliana. They cannot deal with both. Well, I mean, very, very rarely can they deal with both. They have to deal with Liliana right now, or the zombies may just win the game. I did it! I did it! It worked! Yes, it worked! Yes! Oh, yes. That's great. Yep. No answer to Liliana. Turn 1. Get wrecked. Oh, it's the mill. Is this the mill one? Is that mill? Hold on. Is this the mill dude? With the persistent petitioners. Equals the number of cards in hand. It is not. Spells that target this cost 2 more. So it is ward 2. I can disable it. Power equal number of cards in your hand. And when it enters, you draw. That is the weirdest card I've ever seen in my life. Okay. Make your choices last. So I'm not going to play this one first. Okay, I much prefer to play out this turn instead of another tap land. Looks like they have Spell Pierce. That's fine. Oh, they don't have Spell Pierce. Or they do and didn't want to cast it. Huh. Okay. Eh? You didn't counter the last one. Okay, wasn't expecting Malcolm. Can't say I'm too frightened of Malcolm, though. Not gonna lie. This is definitely not a Malcolm deck. I'm sure it's got a bunch of counter spells, though, but I don't really know what, like, big, stupid stuff they may or may not do to me. Alright, so let's see if this works. Not too upset if it does not. I am a Mardu deck. You should anticipate a lot of removal. Okay. Let's see if this resolves. Actually, you know what? No, we're just going to pass and cast Big Score later. That's what we're going to do. It is an instant, so... I do go down a card to, like, do that, but I think that's fine. My opponent named Knight. That is peculiar. Alright, so I have to cast this now, otherwise I can't. Again, I think they have Pact of Negation. I don't think it's a Spell Pierce. I think they have Pact of Negation. I think that is legit Pact of Negation right now. Alright, I will tempo your Narset. I don't see why not. I can't reprieve, like, draw on my own turn later if I don't do this now. Alright. 20 bucks says it's a Pact of Negation. Ah, it is. Alright. Oh, wow, it's a bunch of counter spells. Alright, so we want to take Wash Away so I can get an opening to cast my commander. However, they do have this that taps it down indefinitely, and I have no answer to that. But I think it's still worth it to just resolve this through a wall of nonsense that I otherwise could not do. And we pass. So now my opponent probably has to, like, play the Crown to tap this down. And we're obviously not upset with that. Yep, this is a good place to be. Alright, go to attacks, force the mana. I can blow this up using something. I can also go get the idyllic tutor target. What's it called? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So I can get a 7 right now. I think I'm just going to get the Triumph. And I'm going to tutor up the... What are we tutoring? Oh, they're going to counter this? No way. Okay. I was about to say, that's wild. Let's actually get, like, a target for our... Yeah, I cast this, right? And then Kroxa at some point can, like, reanimate this, because they have to Pact Negation it. Yeah, so now if they do not draw a land, they actually can't tap my commander down, because they need mana to do that. So they need to draw a land. Alright, they drew a tap land, so I think I win. We get ourselves a Wormcoil Engine. Oh, awesome. Look at that. So give me... Wait, whoa, 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 whoa. Exile factor. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yes, we did it. We navigated that really well. I feel like I did a good job with that one. So yeah, the discard spell, the forcing of the pact, And then it means they must have an untapped land, which they did not. So I get to swing and then get the Wormclaw. I almost accidentally exiled it too. So we have a Ulamog. That's probably our best hit, right? And we also have one of the best cards in the game. So this hand is looking real good, I think. No removal or disruption or anything, but that's neither here nor there. So I think we like this. I almost want to keep Ulamog and cast it, but that's obviously not reasonable. There's plenty of ways for the first sliver to kill Ulamog as well, so. Or, oh, I mean exile. You can't kill it. I guess you can kill it if you shield your Edict or something weird. Alright, I would love to kill this, but obviously can't do that. Avacyn is also decent. I mean, it's kind of like a weird Ulamog, because it's just indestructible again. Just another annoying to deal with thing. Alright, I need them to have a bad Cascade, and I also need a bunch of cards in my graveyard for the ETB. There's no counter spells, so I'm sure it's possible. I wonder if they'll ever make Cascade on a card again, now that we have Discover. Because Discover's just, like, better. My opponent can generate counterspell off this, right? Yes. They get rid of a board wipe. Of course they do. Let's play... We'll have 2 mana this... No, we'll have 3 if I do that. So, yep, do this. I don't want to put a creature in play. It feels kind of bad. It means a lot of the first sliver's hits are now more relevant, but it is what it is. Are you not just casting the first sliver? Your deck does nothing but that. Okay, you're not casting the first sliver. Return 1 non-land permanent. Okay. And it comes back as a... Okay. Sure, I guess. Alright. So, Giver. And then... Tap land? Or do I just run out Worn Power Stone? I really don't want to run out Worn Power Stone. My opponent has... the bounce on this, and they'll just bounce the Worn Power Stone anyways. So I don't want to do that. Reprieve is basically a cycle when you're up against Cascade anyways. They probably bounce the Giver. Yeah, they probably just bounce the Giver. It doesn't really matter. Discard a card. Ooh. Do I just get rid of Giver? Feels kind of slow, and they have a ton of board wipes. I don't think First Sliver does anything. They run like 12 sweepers. Probably more. Oracle of Moldiah. I'm not going to lie, I did not expect a super important reprieve this turn cycle. I will take it. Did not anticipate that as an outcome. Okay, so let's play Power Stone and Sunbanked Canyon. My opponent gets a random 6/6 dragon with text on it. Attacks. You return a card and then it gets that big. Okay. Well, you don't want to hit a board wipe now. Opponent does not hit a board wipe. What do you get here? A discard spell? What are you bargaining? Must be a discard spell, right? Just another removal spell? Okay. Kind of surprised to see this. Actually, I'm incredibly surprised to see this. Doesn't this add the last card I need to my graveyard? For my commander? It does. That was very strange. Okay. Alright, so now I'm going to get Avacyn. So, fortunately, my opponent does actually not have counterspell mana up. You battlefield, what are you? Elder Giant Dog. I guess we'll do Giant. I feel like that might be the most prolific. So exile 5. 1, 2, 3, 4. And we want Avacyn. So give me Le Avacyn. And no reason to attack in my opinion. I don't have to crack this Bitter Reunion just to send damage. I mean, maybe I could have, but I don't think I have to. I do have Worm Coil, which is nice, right? I have the mana for that next turn. But maybe it was fine to just send it. It's not like it does anything anymore. I'm going to have to sacrifice it at some point anyways. Alright, good sign. Not as good of a sign. I'd rather them not get that Beseech back, but I guess I can't stop it. Yeah, I guess I should have swung last turn with my stuff. Suppose it would have made sense. Alright, let us play Shieldred. I want to leave up to Fairy's protection, because whatever they tutor might be extremely, you know, good. Alright, swingies. Oh, I love how both have vigilance. Oh, I love it. Oh, I love it. I love it. Also, the first sliver doesn't die, so they can't cascade again. That's also really nice. Well, wait, why don't you just... I mean, it's a free block, right? It's literally just free... No, this has Death Touch? No, it doesn't. It doesn't have Death Touch. Okay, I'll kill your flyer. I didn't expect them to give me the option to do that. I'm a little confused. They can't recur this with the Sphinx thing. That's interesting. The Sphinx does not have a relevant target. Like, this doesn't work. You can't get this. You have to tutor for something that matters here, and it has to beat Teferi's Protection, which it probably won't. Very interesting. Desperation loot? Desperation Celestius loot? Nope. Opponent's gonna beseech for... I literally have no idea. And they probably want to bargain it, because they can get a 4 that's castable instead of just a 3 that's castable, given the situation. They also chose to keep that over this. I don't know if this is even relevant. They have enough mana. I think I would have kept the Celestius. The One Ring. It is a cast trigger. My opponent does get a cast trigger. Alright, they found a way to survive. I like it. None of this really gets you out of this, though. There's very few cards that get you out of this, to be honest. Yep, I am just not interested in doing anything except swinging, so that's what I'm going to do. I'd also prefer to not play Wormcoil. I don't want my opponent to get a blind Cascade attempt, which would involve First Sliver dying. So I guess I just won't do that. And can I play this and not take off? Yeah, alright, I can play this. Let's go get you to my hand, because it's funny. And this to the graveyard? Sure. I don't think we're in the Kroxa matters portion of, like, adding things to my graveyard. I need to add a lot of cards to trigger this anyways. Might as well do this then. They don't run Settle the Wreckage because, again, Cascade. Resco doesn't matter. Vorinclex. Okay. I like it. Okay. Well, this is hilarious. Ah, see, I really just don't want to cast this right now. Oh, I really don't want to cast this. I really do not want to take myself off of Teferi's Protection. But you know what? My opponent will probably concede when I play it, so I'm just going to play it. It's literally just too much to not do this. Yep. Everything dies. Now you need, like, Farewell specifically. So if I lose to Farewell, so be it. But fortunately, my opponent would have to exile their own One Ring. And at the same time, I do have a hasting Wormcoil engine on the backside of that as well, which is kind of funny. But Farewell, I think, is the only card that does it. Cyclonic Rift as well. I don't know if they run that. Yeah, okay. My opponent did not give themselves the opportunity to... Like, they could have just drawn 3 cards right here and didn't, which leads me to believe they know that there's no outs, which is kind of interesting. I really think there has to be Rift or Farewell. But even if they are, let's say it's Rift, they would live on my turn because they could cast it in combat. But if it was Farewell, they'd have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. They'd have 5 mana after the fact, and the other cards would have to stop Wormcoil from straight killing them, because again, it has haste. So I guess it kind of worked out that I didn't use this, sort of. But again, they may have taken damage earlier had I used it. But we got there anyways. Nice. I've never seen that card played. Oh, we're on the draw. No! Come on. Why does Malcolm always get to be on the play, dude? Whatever. I don't care. Ragavan's still absolutely degenerate, so... Okay, love to see it. Love to see it. I guess they could have Wash Away'd it, right? Yeah, Wash Away would have hit that. At least they can't cast Malcolm and block it. That's kind of funny. Never mind, Pun just has a better card to do that with. Of course they do. Alright, well, maybe Manatithe ends up doing something relevant. Oh, of course not. Why would it? Perfect answers for my Ragavan. Left, right, and center. What does this do when it comes back? Okay, let us do this. Alright, let's go find a good card, I guess. Silly me. Wouldn't be able to do that. Why would I? Well, I mean, their whole deck is counterspells anyways, so that doesn't give me any new information. They didn't swing with the Orc Army, that's weird. I guess we go the uncounterable route of just, like, doing this. I also probably shouldn't have played my land, because now I don't have 3 in play. So that was probably a mistake. That is actually a pretty decent card. I think I'm going to just pass, though. So we're going to attack it. I assume they have a way to keep it alive. Oh, wow, they don't. Or they're not willing to expend the resources to do it. Makes sense to me, I guess. This goes right into play, right? It does. It's not that useful, but, like... might as well? I don't know. I can do it again, too. Which is kind of funny. Like, I can literally do this again. Yeah. Why not? Might as well put something uncounterable in play, even though it's not even really the most useful of things to actually put into play anyways. Sure. How much does it cost? It costs 6. Okay, I can't recast it. But I can recast it next turn. It's not completely useless. But it's not, like, amazing or anything. Yeah, I mean, just run it out, right? We know about the counterspell, but it might as well just run it out. That reanimates nothing of consequence. I think I'm just going to play it. And yeah, we just keep casting things until something works. I think that's reasonable. I don't have my Cavernous Souls, obviously. But if I get if my Kroxa ever resolves, I'm in an excellent spot. My opponent's obviously going to do everything they can to avoid that. which would make sense. Alright, so let's see if we can get it through. If there's one counterspell, I don't think I'm fighting over it. Okay, I cannot believe this just resolved. I'm kind of beside myself right now. Maybe they have Cyclonic Rift? I mean, this completely shuts down Malcolm as an option, because it just dies until they answer Elish Norn. Return target permanent. Yep, that's fine. That is totally fine. Surprised I didn't take Kroxa, actually. Ooh, no, 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 no. Oh, that's a blowout. Oh, yeah, that feels bad. Oh, man. Oh, yeah, this is good. This is real good. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh, this is great. Oh, yes. Now it's like, yeah, they don't have Cyclonic Rift. This game's done. Oh, wow, we played that so well. I can't believe they ran out of counterspells so quickly. At least the early game in that Malcolm matchup had decisions. So I guess I gotta respect it for that. There could be non-creatures for my Sentinel, but I don't know if I want to run out Sentinel. I mean, what's the alternative? What else am I doing this turn? Am I always getting a what? I don't know what else I'm doing this turn. So Faithless Looting, getting rid of Emrakul and who knows what. Okay, this costs either 1 or 4. I think this is a combo deck. Could be wrong, though. Let's see what's under this thing. Apparently my opponent has a castable spell. That's concerning. I'm not going to swing. It could be like a flash creature. Flash green creature. I don't think 1 damage does anything. I think this is going to get a black mana. Oh, is this mono green and they just like have the black? Looks like mono green so far. So black, red, white. I think I need a second black. I mean, even with Dark Ritual, I think I want second black. Rankle's not looking too exciting, but it is a decent blocker, I guess. Like just a 3/3 could stonewall what appears to be a majority of what I'm seeing. Next turn I can use Dark Ritual to do other things. Let's play you. I guess this is just something I'm doing. This is sorcery. I don't see myself abrading a 4/4 next turn. It doesn't really appeal to me. Let's get rid of a land and a... Maybe we get rid of Rankle. I like everything else. Yeah, I think it's the worst of the bunch. So I'll get rid of it. I could have offered a trade here. I think the Greeters is probably better than my Sentinel. But who really knows? I certainly don't. What does this do? Generates lands? Mana with excess power. Currents, blah, blah, blah. Okay. You got it. Maybe I should trade with the Allosaurus Shepherd because it can suddenly make elves 5/5s. And that is a problem that I don't have an answer to. Alright. Who cares? We're all in with the Kroxa. Kroxa and whoever this Cerberus thing is that I don't care about. Alright, so we reanimate Zetalpa, right? Yeah. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We get Zetalpa, which is probably better than Emrakul here because simply of indestructible. And so far everything is green. There's probably no answer to this. And I love it. Alright, do weird green things to me, opponent. Can you beat Zetalpa? I can also have a blowout trade with an Abrade if they go to block. Whenever you gain life, pay 1, put a counter on each creature, and those creatures gain trample. Adorable. Alright, you have a big board of stuff with text on it. I love it. They don't have any attack, though. And I get to lead with this, which is nice. I think they have a combat trick. Whatever it is an instant. There's not much green instant things that aren't just, like, prey upon or something. Snakeskin Veil? What? Okay, well, I wasn't gonna... Okay, sure. Yeah, that's interesting. I guess I can't swing with Kroxa now? No, I still can. They block with the greeters and their commander. Kroxa dies. Kroxa dying might be a problem for me. Maybe it's just totally fine as a blocker. I don't think I want to trade with the greeters. It's the only way they have to gain life in play, so it actually makes a lot of sense to me. And there's also a chance they actually block with these two and not their commander, but that also just wouldn't make any sense anyways. But I'll take the trade with the greeters. Oh, I didn't give them the option, though. Okay, I was about to say, if they block with the shepherd, that would be a problem. I didn't think of that. But they didn't, so worked out. Yep. Command zone's gonna be 10 years till we get that back. Let's play... I kind of want to abrade this. Whenever you gain life, pay 1, blah, blah. No, I think I have to abrade the Beast Whisperer. I think that just has to be a thing, so... Hopefully I draw land. It's not the end of the world if I do not. Okay. Yeah, I'm not going to blow up this weird Minador doubles counters, but yeah, the only way they had to gain life is gone. So, I don't really care. I don't know what's going on. Craterhoof math? They have Craterhoof mana. Okay, this is a suicide attack, so I don't really know what's going to happen. They want the other side of this card, maybe? Whenever... Maybe they just want the other side of the card. Maybe that's what they want. So they just want to recast it. And I could have killed this to remove black mana, but I don't really care about that. Yeah, okay, I guess it was an accident? They didn't know this had double strike? Okay, so I actually really liked this deck, and I don't think I made any changes to it, other than that random card I accidentally put in here when I was clicking Manatide. It was like the Mardu Death Touch thing. I liked it. The draw discard in red, right? The mill in black, which I don't really have much of, which was fine. The tutors in black. The, scam with the splendor. I never got to Ruinous Ultimatum, unfortunately. Seasoned Pyromancer fits absolutely perfect. I think I had a disproportionate amount of turn 1 Ragavans, to be honest with you. Dark Ritual is also absolutely disgusting with Liliana. I never ended up adding Liliana of the Veil in here, but it is a deck that would like it. Discarding your own cards to fuel this is kind of just reasonable, as much as I'm kind of wishy-washy about Liliana. The Edict is pretty poor. -6 is good, but, I mean, good luck getting to it. The only card that I really noticed, actually, I think every single loss I had, except one Malcolm game, where they had, like, the Omega Nuts. I had, like, all these awesome turn 1 answers. I had, like, all the 1-drops in my deck and still lost. It was actually insane, but other than that Malcolm game, all my losses were to Farewell. The card Farewell specifically. Exiles my board and my graveyard, so it just hard resets me. And your opponent doesn't get as hard reset as you do, usually. Actually, every time you cast Farewell, that's kind of the case, even in a one-on-one game. Farewell just hosed me completely, I think, in 3 games. 2 of them, it got close after Farewell, and then one of them, they recast Farewell out of the graveyard. And then the other one, I just couldn't recuperate. So Farewell is a huge problem, and Kroxa will run into it. You will not kill people with this strategy before your opponent is able to cast it, because your commander costs 6. You're not going to get to your thing without Farewell getting in the way. So, I don't know if there's more cards like Teferi's Protection. At least I can stop the board from getting exiled. I don't think there's a lot of cards that do this, so you're kind of screwed if you see it, right? It's just a thing that's going to happen. And you're always going to lose against Poc. That's just the nature of it. I auto-conceded against Poc. So don't expect this to be good against Poc. Some decks are, some aren't. I think Poc is relevant to bring up, because it's like the new Atali, basically. But the first sliver in Emoti felt fine. Yeah, the top end is decent. I think I had a consistent way to at least put one in the graveyard every single game, sometimes more than one, and I found myself exiling at least one of them to cast a different one, right? Which is fine. any of these are a serious problem, right? Usually. Um, Funny enough, like Zatalpa and Avacyn are probably the best because Blanket Indestructible is like just so good, right? You know, if you play Drakaseth, it dies. Shieldred, it dies. Blah blah blah, it dies. But like these two are actually quite decent. I never got a Gristlebrand in play. The fact that this has Vigilance is nice too. Like if you're swinging into it, Lifelink and all that jazz, Menace. It's hard to deal with in combat, but still pretty vulnerable to the stack, right? Removal can just hose you. If you're against a counterspell deck and don't have Cavernous Souls, you're probably just completely screwed unless you mulligan mindlessly for your 1-drops and 2-drops that interact. You could definitely maybe take out some of the 4s. Like Rankle is wishy-washy. I like the draw discards on these, and the treasures are, again, useful for actually casting your commander while also getting to your game plan of discarding things. But more early interactions so you don't just auto-lose to Malcolm might be in the works. Might be worth it if that's something you see yourself struggling with. Yeah, that's it. I liked this deck. I didn't make too many changes to it, which is kind of interesting, having just made it and then just actually did pretty well with it. Just right out of the gate. That was kind of cool. But yeah, let me know what you think about this commander. I like the commander. Just like every other graveyard-based commander, it is vulnerable to graveyard hate. There is not much graveyard hate other than Farewell, which also just auto-hates every kind of thing in the game except Planeswalkers. So, like, comment, subscribe. Let me know what you thought about this list. And I will see you guys next time. Thanks for watching.